Sir, what are you doing?
How you mean? What am I doing?
You're following officers out.
Which I following? Which following?
What are you doing?
Which following? Which officer?
You know quite
following? I was going to my car. I was going to my car. Don't try and come. Don't hold my hand. What you holding my hand for? What are you holding my hand for? What crime? What crime? What? Of course you touched my hand. What crime? What crime have I committed?
You're following police officers in there.
What crime have I committed, officer?
I'm going to ask you a question. Would you
what crime have I committed?
You followed a police officer.
Because I just recorded the police station for about a whole hour. Listen to. Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you first. Let me talk to you first.
If you ask a question and respond, you need to.
Let me. No. Let me talk to you first, because this officer is telling a lie. I stand up there for a whole hour recording the police station. All right. Which I recorded going to our car. I turned off my camera and I was walking to my car.
The officers storm in already assuming guilt, accusing the auditor of following a female officer to her car. That's a serious allegation, but it's based on nothing more than her word. No evidence, no questions, no attempt to clarify, just instant escalation. When the auditor calmly explains he had turned off his camera and was only walking back to his own vehicle, they ignore him completely. Their only charge? That he followed an officer to her car, something that, even if true, isn't even a crime. That alone shows how far their actions strayed from lawful policing. What really stands out is how quickly a single claim, whether mistaken or made up, was enough to trigger such an aggressive response. No verification, no investigation, just cornering the auditor. That's not policing. That's a dangerous abuse of power that destroys public trust.
My car park right there.
Do you want to get in your car and
you check me? How you mean?
Just doing at the moment,
bruv, I can't understand y'all, bruv. Y'all being despicable now.
No one's being despicable.
You being despicable. First thing you tell me.
Sir,
you are the first words you tell. Of course, I'm a hard-working man.
Okay, so
I pay taxes.
If I came to your place,
don't come and talk that crap, because you know better than the words you saying there now. The words you saying there now, you know better than the words you are saying there now.
Because we're police officers, it's okay that we're putting fear when
study in your
work, is it?
I study in your laws. You check me?
And where,
I study in
your laws.
Where
in our laws does it suggest that you're allowed to do what you're doing? Because I study the law as well. It's part of my job.
So I'm not allowed to record. I'm not allowed to record in public.
If you'd understand what I'm saying, and
am I allowed to record in public?
Not once has anyone mentioned the fact.
Am I allowed to record in public?
You're recording. Nobody's mentioned that.
That's what I was doing. So if I commit no crime yet.
Personally, I don't care if
I commit no crime yet. I record in YouTube.
When the officer asks, where in our laws does it say you're allowed to do what you're doing? He's really leaning on the female officer's baseless claim that the auditor followed her to her car. But instead of checking the truth of that claim, he jumped straight to moral judgment, as if someone needs a special law just to stand in public and film. Then he tries to deflect, saying, none of us mentioned you filming. But that's not true. Filming in public was the only confirmed thing the auditor was doing. It's the basis of the complaint and the whole encounter. By pretending it isn't about filming, the officer avoids a real question. What crime was actually committed?
Because I commit no crime yet to have 4 policemen standing up in front of me. What you tell me first of all when you come out of the car was disrespectful.
No one's been disrespectful to you.
You didn't hear what you tell me when you come out of the car?
Your video back and we'll see
what did you tell me when you come out of the car, officer?
Despite the fact that you're behaving
you must be nicer than that man.
A very aggressive way.
Yeah, that because I talking to him, I being aggressive.
No.
I from the Caribbean, that's how I talk.
Oh, come on, that's got nothing to do with it.
What?
It's got absolutely nothing to do
what?
with it. Right, okay. The problem here is you're just
decided
to walk.
Honestly, you need to grow up a little bit.
Hey, you hear him? I need to grow up a little bit.
You do, mate.
I older than you.
You do.
I have children your age.
Please act like it.
I have children your age.
I'm trying to have a conversation with you, and you're just screaming.
But the way this guy approached me was wrong. What I do in here, get out of here. That's what you said when you came out of the car.
Evidently not.
Officer, you go ahead. You watch the video on my channel. When I drop it on my channel, just watch it. The words you said when you came out of the car put me in total. I behaving in a threatening way. Who have I threatened?
Accusing the auditor of threatening behavior is not only false, it's reckless. At no point did he threaten anyone. The most he did was raise his voice in frustration, which is a natural reaction when you're falsely accused and dismissed. This is a classic police tactic. When they can't point to a real offense, they fall back on vague claims like threatening to justify their response. But if this is what counts as threatening, it raises serious questions about whether some officers have the composure for the role. And in light of the female officer's false report, the real issue isn't the auditor, it's whether she's fit to handle genuine conflict.
Have I threatened you, officer?
The officer
Can we speak to you?
Have I threatened you?
Listen, so you can explain it.
Yeah, explain.
So give us 2 seconds and
Yeah.
I'll explain it to you.
Yeah.
Without speaking
Yeah.
to me, please, all right?
Yeah.
What we've been told is that an officer has left the police station. You have said to me you were outside recording. Okay?
For a whole hour.
Let me finish, okay? That officer's walking back to her car where you have followed her with your camera out.
I never did that. That's a lie.
Your perspective. That's
That's
what
a
we've been
lie.
told, okay?
That
We've
never
told
happened.
you. Not at the police
That
station.
never,
Over here.
that
or where the cars
never
are.
happened.
So what
You see that?
conclusion are
You
we
see,
supposed to draw?
you see what she caused. What she caused there.
What I think
That
personally,
never,
is I
that
think you're
never
listening when it's a
happened.
bit of
But she
attention.
called
I
y'all.
don't think you're here to do anything. I hear you.
Bruv,
like
you
the
see
attention.
what happened
You
there?
like
She liked the attention
Yeah.
because I never recorded
That's what
her.
I'm talking about.
Because I never recorded
That's what I'm talking
her.
about.
Because as soon as I sit down in my car, I see the police van reach there. I come out of my car and I walk there. I see her talking to y'all. So that
So I
never
don't think we need to
happened.
carry on
So she called y'all for something that never happened.
Sir, but look at it like this, right? You've been outside the police station for a long
Yeah.
period of time,
Yeah.
fair enough. You're recording, you're doing
Yeah.
everything. But the issue is, a lone female, let's forget the fact that she's a police
Yeah.
officer, a lone female has walked out down the road
Yeah.
and you've walked in the same direction as her, recording. Or having
But
your
I
phone
wasn't
out.
recording,
No, but-
that's the thing, brother.
okay,
And she
granted.
call y'all and she tell y'all
Okay,
I was
granted.
recording.
Okay.
I had finished record the police station
Yeah.
already. I was walking to my car.
This officer's reasoning is both flawed and biased. By saying, let's forget she's a police officer. The issue is that she's a lone female. He asks us to ignore the critical fact that she's a trained professional in uniform, someone expected to handle difficult situations with confidence and composure. Instead, he portrays her as a vulnerable civilian needing protection from a man who wasn't even breaking the law. What makes it worse is a false framing. He claims the auditor was following and recording her, despite the auditor clearly stating, both before and after, that his camera was off. Their narrative isn't rooted in fact, but an assumption and an attempt to justify actions that had no lawful basis.
That's fine.
I was walking to my car and she get threatened and she's a
That's fine,
policewoman.
but you have to look at it as well. She's
She's
lone
a policewoman
female
and she
who's
gets
finished
threatened.
Work, and you've seen her.
My
walking
behavior.
out. You've seen her
You
walking out and
despicable
you've walked-
officer.
You've walked.
Because
and
I
you've
have
seen-
threatened nobody yet, and I haven't been despicable or disrespectful to nobody yet. But you hear what you're saying?
Can you
I'm
see
being
how-
threatening.
But can you see how?
Bruv, just go on your business, bruv. Go on your business because you approached me wrong, first of all. That's why I defensive. I cannot talk to you. I cannot talk to you. You've been disrespectful from the way you come out of the car, from your manner of approach. Your manner of approach was wrong. Get out of here. What you doing here? Get out of here. Get out of here. You need to learn your job, bruv, and don't approach people the way you approach people, because that's why I vex. What you say, what you tell me when you come out of the car, get me vexed. You tell me get out of here, like I not paying taxes, like I not voting. The false report your officer make, the false report she make, the false report she make. You run up for the false report she make. Go away. She make a false report. You'd arrest me for a false report. That is what I'm trying to show you. You would arrest me on a false report.
Well, the thing is, right now, you're still shouting.
Yeah, but I right, bruv. Yeah, what the man tell me, man? The man tell me get out of here, like I'm not a human being. Eh? Get out of here. Imagine I just come and I approach you. You're an officer. You could have come and approached me decently. I would have talked to you nice. But when the man tell me get out of here, I say get out of here. How you mean get out of here?
Right. Okay. Right. Listen.
Bruv, I commit no crime.
We've all gotten off on the wrong foot. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not trying to have an
Bruv,
argument.
I
with
come
you or
here to
anything.
bring
But
no
what I'm
argument.
trying to say
But
to
I
you-
saying she make a false report.
Okay.
She make a false report against me that not true. And that's how people getting themselves in trouble for something that never happened. You check me? That never happened. And she done call the police already and have the police running upon me like I do her something or I approach her in any manner or form or style. I never spoke to her.
The auditor has every right to be furious. A false report made by a serving police officer is not some harmless slip. It's a deliberate act that could have ended with an innocent man in cuffs, facing charges, even prosecution. When she claimed he was following her, despite his repeated statements that he wasn't, she weaponized a badge and credibility to spin a false narrative. And if a trained officer interprets simply walking in the same direction as a threat, then she's not equipped for this job. Real policing means dealing with real danger. If she can't separate discomfort from genuine threat, the issue isn't the auditor, it's her. That's why retraining is vital. And if an officer can't meet that standard, they shouldn't be wearing the badge at all.
I never talked to her. Yeah. I never approached her. She was right.
Listen, I know you're upset about the situation, but I just want us to keep it down.
And this man approached me like I was an animal, bro.
As well, who might, feel some type of way about all the shouting and stuff. Okay, let's just try and keep it down and talk with one another. That's all it is. Yeah.
I like you.
Let's just keep.
I like you.
Keep it like
I like you so.
Yeah.
I like you so, father.
Listen.
That man cannot approach me so, bro. That's how that man approaching citizens.
Okay.
That's how that man approaching us as the public.
Yeah.
That right, brother.
And I understand the frustration, but ultimately, from our perspective, the issue is this female is
made a false report.
What happened here wasn't just a misunderstanding. It was a complete failure of proper policing. The whole thing began with a reckless claim from a female officer who accused the auditor of following her, a claim with no proof and no crime behind it. Even if she felt uneasy, her duty as a trained officer is to separate a real threat from a citizen acting lawfully. Instead, she called him back up, creating chaos over nothing. The responding officers didn't de-escalate. They escalated. They treated the auditor like a criminal, ignoring his repeated statements that he wasn't recording, wasn't following anyone, and was simply heading to his car. One officer even asked, "Where in the law does it say you can do this?" Exposing how little he understands about the very rights he's sworn to protect. When they realized no crime had been committed, they shifted the story, reaching for vague claims of threatening behavior and causing distress. But frustration isn't a threat, and a citizen refusing unlawful orders doesn't equal crime. Then came the gender excuse. Forget she's an officer, she's a lone female. That logic is offensive. You can't erase a badge when it gives her authority, training, and responsibility. And after all that, no apology, no accountability, just a quiet retreat when their accusations fell apart. This was policing driven by ego, not evidence. And while the auditor stood his ground and won, not everyone knows their rights this well. That's why audits matter. That's why cameras matter. Because without them, situations like this could end very differently. That's it for today's video. If you found this breakdown useful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And be sure to check out the full catcher. His channel link is in the description. Thanks for watching.